Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel Ray, and today I have a Wipnchat for you all. A proper Wipnchat, a sit down and diamond paint with me video. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, welcome. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified when I make new videos. And if you liked it, please give me a thumbs up for the algorithm. Much appreciated. Welcome. I apologize in advance for my voice. Uh, Today is May 20th as I'm recording this video. I'm not sure when it's coming up on the channel, but I am back in Ireland and my hay fever is in full swing. So, yeah. I suffer from pretty bad grass and tree pollen allergies, and this time of year I am just schnatty. So, welcome in. Grab your diamond painting, whatever it is you're working on today. Today I'm working on Ajisai by Diamond Art Club, and I have a link to this down below. I have a coupon if you've never purchased from Diamond Art Club and you want to do that, but there's no pressure. What I'm using today, I'm using my Diamond Pen Pal Satura pen, Firefly diamond painting tray, and I have my old Elizabeth Ward diamond painting containers that I've used on multiple canvases now. The finished look of this painting is here. The artwork is by Margaret Morales, and she is one of my favorite artists. Putty, I don't actually know what's in the pen, but I might refill it just now actually with some new putty because I noticed the stickiness was going when I started this section a couple days ago. So I am back in Ireland, and what a journey. It has been a while. So I saw that I posted my last Wipnchat 11 days ago. And I don't even remember what day I posted that, but a lot has happened since. I believe that we were about to go visit some friends and do the saucening, which, if you're not familiar, so let me back up a little bit because I'm sure that there might be people who don't actually know much about me. So my name is Rachel and I live in Ireland. Duh. I'm originally from Virginia in the States, and but I've lived in Ireland the whole time that I've had my YouTube channel. I moved here in 2014, so it's been 10 years now since I moved here, and big changes are on the way. I used to be a teacher, an English teacher as a second language, and I before I started the channel, that is what I would have considered to be my calling, my career. Things changed a lot, especially after the panini, and so I need a tissue. I started a YouTube channel as a way to connect with other people with my hobby, which at the time was just diamond painting. I didn't do any other hobbies. So, by the way, yeah, Abby's. So anyhow, this is it's a long story. I actually do have a series if you want to check it out. There's a playlist where you can get to know me if you've got any questions or anything like that. And it's exhaustive. But right, where I'm going with the story is that we went back to Virginia, and we went to Canada and then we went to Virginia, and I visited with my dad and my mom and a bunch of my friends, and I even got to meet a fellow YouTuber, Queen V Crafts, Eve. So if you like stitching, you should check out her FlossTube channel. Queen V Crafts. I will make sure to tag her in the description box. So yeah, I did that. That's one of the things that we did. I met up with my best friend from school. We did dinner together. We had some Peruvian, which I'd never tried before, and that was delicious. Essentially, just the speciality was spiced chicken, I suppose you could say. Like really nice spices in their chicken. So, and then after that, we did like a hot sauce competition. We do this, but I am going to say that we were much more mature this year, and we knew when to stop. So there was about a dozen sauces, and they got spicy pretty quick. And yeah, just I really enjoyed it, but just hanging out with them and getting to do the fun thing that we've been doing for like 10 years now. And we agreed that next time we're just going to get really nice sauces that taste really good instead of, I don't know, torturing ourselves with very hot sauce. I'm going to go for the pregnant stick, which is, where is that symbol? It is green. There it is, 33.47. See? And yeah, we had a great time. And the next day, which was a Saturday, we ended up going to, I planned that meetup. Remember, I asked if anybody's in the area and you wanted to come over to Richmond. You could sign up for the email that I'd send out. And there was some interest, but unfortunately, because the date that I could meet up with people, it turned out to be Mother's Day weekend. So it was not convenient for most folks, and I do apologize for that. But there was Eve, who was traveling to Northern Virginia anyway from Norfolk. So yeah, we got to meet up and have coffee, and it was wonderful. It was really great. I got a surprise message from Elizabeth at Enablers Outpost at the last minute, who was like, I really want to come meet you. And I was like, oh my God, yes. But also, that's very far. You know, Elizabeth lives in North Carolina, but like very far away. I was like, are you sure? And she was like, yes. But unfortunately, Elizabeth got sick and couldn't come. But, you know, one day we will meet. We will definitely meet. I love Elizabeth and Edward, but it is a very long drive. So yeah, we had a coffee, we sat around and chatted for a while. Unfortunately, the cafe that we went to was so busy that it was hard to get like a second coffee. But, you know, other than that, everything was good. And then we went straight to my BFF Jesse's house. Jesse lives in Virginia as well. Jesse is Mislaid Pages and very well known in the cross stitch community, I think. Fabric dyer. She has an online store as well, and you can get so much stuff from them. So check them out if you're into cross stitch Mislaid Pages. But we went over there and had dinner together at an all-you-can-eat sushi restaurant, and then went back and chilled at the house and stuff, and gave James his first ever Waffle House experience in the morning. That was insane. Mother's Day at Waffle House was very busy. So it was quite interesting and delicious as well. No complaints at all. But yeah, it was really good spending time with Jesse. And then we went back and we also we went out to eat with my dad and stepmom, and we went to this Brazilian steakhouse. It was so good. Have you ever been to a Brazilian steakhouse before? The last time that I went was like almost 20 years ago. Yeah, almost 20 years ago. Oh my gosh. And it was for prom. It was so fun though, watching them walk around with these meat sticks essentially. But unfortunately, over the last, I don't know, yeah, it's been about 10 years or so that I've noticed that I had what I thought was a sensitivity to beef is actually an allergy to red meat. So I was not able to partake of all the steak, unlimited, all you can eat steak, but I did eat a lot of chicken and pork and lamb. The lamb was unreal. It was so delicious. I would love to make lamb like that here. And yeah, it was a great night. The next day, my dad took me out on his Harley, and I'd never been on a Harley before. I've ridden motorcycles before, but most of them are like the sporty kind, and I don't drive them, but I appreciate them. But yeah, it was insane. We went around, the old neighborhood, went around the block. We're gone for about, I don't know, maybe 40 minutes. And it was beautiful. It was absolutely stunning. I love Virginia in the spring, but my nose doesn't. We came back, my eyes were watering, and then the next day I kind of sounded like this because it had gotten into my throat. And that is springtime for me, but it was totally worth it. 10 out of 10 would recommend and will do again if I get the chance. But yeah, then like before we even knew it, it was time to go back to Ireland, and I dread that journey back. It takes so long. You got to get in the car to get to the first airport, and that's 2 hours. What was it? Two and a half hours, something like that away. And then you're at the airport. You got to wait 3 hours because international flight, so they want you there 3 hours early. Then you're on the plane, and that plane trip is a 7.5 hour flight going back to Ireland because you're kind of traveling, you're not traveling against time. It's shorter coming back, but it's an overnight flight. I'm looking for the squiggles. Here we go. 5:23. So where is it going? Yeah, it's a shorter flight, but it's overnight, so you're basically trying to sleep on the plane. I did attempt to sleep on the plane. It is so hard to sleep with your neck all weird. I don't know. I've tried many things over the years, but really I just don't get very good sleep on a plane, so I don't try to. But this time I was like, I'm not watching movies. I'm not keeping myself awake. I could barely stay awake for dinner. Like, I almost missed them bringing me dinner. And then, yeah, I was just like trying so hard to pass out and stay passed out, but it was a bit more difficult than I imagined. We arrived back in Ireland, and then that's where it felt like the real journey started because we had to wait 2.5 hours for a bus, and the bus took 4. So once we got on the bus, again, tried to sleep. I can't read. I get very car sick. Anybody else? I get super car sick if I try to focus on anything that's like not moving. So, yeah, I attempted to sleep again. Wasn't working. But I was in and out of consciousness, which I was kind of grateful for. Then we had to wait for another hour or so for our friend to pick us up from Killarney. And then I was conscious for that car ride because it was so nice to actually talk to someone. Not that I couldn't talk to James, but like, like we've spent the last 3 weeks together and we're just kind of not over each other, but just kind of like out of conversation, out of topics. And yeah, got to catch up on the latest gossip and whatnot. And yeah, got home. It was Wednesday night. And I think it was maybe 7 o'clock when we arrived home. We got a frozen pizza and a bottle of wine. I ate my pizza. I think I had one sip of wine and I was out. Passed out on the couch. Woke up at 9:30 and was like, okay, I'm going to bed right now. I know I'm tired and I don't want to be on this couch. I want to be in my bed. But unfortunately, that did not fix my jet lag at all. So Thursday night, I think I was awake until like 3 in the morning. Friday night, it was 4 a.m. before I fell asleep. Saturday night, I tried to go to bed early. What day is today? I tried to go to bed early, but I didn't go to bed until late, and I'm going to explain why in a bit. And then last night, I went to bed at 10. I went into my bed at 10. I was up till 2. I finished a book that I've been reading. So I've been reading a lot lately. I've been reading more than doing any crafting or anything like that. I'm obsessed with reading right now. I blame Heike, Stone Cold Coffee Crafts, for my decline into fiction again. Heike has been on a reading kick for a long time, has been sharing with me all these glorious titles and things, and I'm always like, no, I'm not gonna get back into reading because I know myself. I am a voracious reader. I cannot stop when I start, and I will, to my detriment, I will stop socializing because I want to read, and then all I want to do is read, and this is what happened. Before I left on holidays, I got back into reading with a small book. I read The Lathe of Heaven by Ursula Le Guin, because Le Guin is one of my favorite authors, and I was like, well, it's small enough that if I'm really not interested in, diving really deep, I will just, read this short novel, and that'll be it. Well, after I read that, I was already hooked. I was like, okay, I'm feeling the pull to bring out more books. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to read more Ursula Le Guin. So I grabbed the quartet of Earthsea, the Chronicles of Earthsea. There are 4 books in Earthsea, and you can find them as one compendium, one book, which we had already in our possession. So I was like, yep, okay, sign me up. And I treated each story as a book, right? But they all go together, they tie together. I finished book 3 before we went on vacation, and I thought, I'm not going to bring that book with me because the last book is only like 300 and something pages. I will just read it when I get back. So when I went over to the States, one of the first things we did was I got to a bookstore and I bought Jade City by Fonda Lee, which was recommended to me by a friend of mine, Zach. And, the premise was intriguing to me. It's about, how do I say this without giving it away? It is about a family who have power in a region because of their genetics, basically. I don't want to go too far into it, but they have the ability to wear jade, which in this universe, jade is a precious resource that also enhances magical ability that needs to be trained, but it is, based on where you were born and who your family is and stuff like that. You might have like a genetic disposition to be able to carry jade or wear it, or lots of options here, okay? But like, it sounded very interesting just as a premise, and I was like, okay, I can get into this. Little did I know what I was actually signing up for. This story is incredible to me. I very much dig it. I'm into it. I read that book in the 2 weeks. I mean, obviously I wasn't reading the whole time. I would have finished that book in a couple of days if I had been given enough time to just dedicate to the one book. But of course, life doesn't work that way, and unfortunately, I had to do other things. Well, when we came back, number 5, I have no rhyme or reason for which symbols I'm picking. By the way, I'm just picking what I can see. A lot of people ask me, like, there is no right or wrong way to diamond paint. Like, you just do what works best for you. Try new things and see if they work for you. And if they don't, it's cool. Just keep doing what you were doing before. But anyway, see, the symbols don't touch each other. It's fine. It doesn't matter. So when I got back, I wanted to finish Jade City as soon as possible because, well, actually, in the airport on our way to come back to Ireland, I hit a plot point in the first book that made me immediately open up my Amazon account and buy the next 2 books and have them shipped to my house as soon as possible, because I knew that I was going to finish this book. Like, it was somewhere halfway through the book, and I was like, yep, I am definitely invested now. I need to know where this goes. So I did. I finished the book, and I stayed up quite late, as you can tell. A couple of nights I was awake. I could not make my brain fall asleep. The book is so exciting. I just need to know where this is going. And I finished it. I finished it on, was it Thursday or Friday of last week? Either way, I finished it. And I was looking at the brand new books in the series, and I said to myself, I'm not going to read these next 2 books until I finish the last book of Earthsea, because I don't want to forget what happened in the previous 3 books. I want to just be done with the series. So for the last 2 nights, I have read all of book 4, and it is incredible. I really, really, really enjoyed the last 2 books of the Earthsea Chronicles. Well, actually, the last 3 books. The first book, like I said, the first book is just world building, and it kind of feels a bit samey or something, but that story is so good. But yeah, I definitely recommend them if you are looking for, well, one, if you're looking for high fantasy, you're gonna like Earthsea. And if you're looking for a modern, different universe, but it's not sci-fi. It's definitely fantasy, just not high fantasy. There's no elves or anything like that. With Earthsea, there are mages and wizards and dragons. In Jade City, it's just magical powers to normal people and normal work environments and the kind of things that we have in our societies as we are in this reality. So it's just like magic. Magic is just like an enhancement. I'm sure that there's a word for that, and you out there who are bibliophiles might be able to help me out with that. But anyway, this is the wrong symbol. It's not N, it's 7. Rachel, pay attention. So yes, I have been doing nothing but reading lately. Oh, horse. What? Do you hear the horse? They must be bringing the horses next door. Yay! The field that is right across my driveway here, just right beyond this window, there's a little field here, and sometimes they bring the horses out. The grass has gotten so tall in the last few weeks. I think they're bringing the horses over to graze and pasture for a couple weeks. So yay, horsies. I think they're, yeah, there they are. Oh my God. Hang on, let me see if I can get them for you. They're so pretty. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, they are so precious. They are 2 males, and very, very excited to be in the long grass for sure. So yeah, oh, that is so exciting. That was really random as well. So, yeah, it's been so nice to be back, from our vacation. Coming back here is honestly, truly one of the best parts about leaving, is being able to come back and like just enjoy it. But I do think that I need to try to get away more often. What is that? I do apologize for any noise that you might be able to hear in the background. Now that we live in town, there's so much more noise. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, yes, it was great to go. It's great to be back. I should try to regularly get out and about and create experiences for myself so that I don't get in a situation like I was in. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I don't know what's going on out there. Where I get so deep in my head that I have zero creative thoughts. That is the issue. So now that I've come back, and I am actually about to head out again, we are going to a music festival, and I am super excited. It is a festival that's like a punk rock festival in the UK, and y'all, I'm just like so happy to be able to go over there and just be one with the music for a while. The last time that we went to this festival, it was 2 years ago, and I had a blast. So really excited to do that. But yeah, while we were away, I realized that due to everything that had happened in the last couple of years, I hadn't left this small town in rural Ireland for like since my grandmother passed, except for that one time where I went back to Virginia for 2 weeks at my dad's request. And that didn't really feel like a vacation because it was something that needed to be done. It was important. It was family, right? It wasn't like, oh, let's go gallivanting and spending money and, you know, eating, go fine dining or something like that. It was, uh, I need you to make some really hard decisions and, come collect your things and, all that kind of stuff. Not that there was a lot of pressure, but it was like, that is the best time to do this. This time, this was a proper vacation where we could say, okay, we can have fun, we can go do things and spend time and really relax and just enjoy it. And it was so needed, so desperately needed. The last time that we had a vacation like that, well, seemingly actually every time we go on vacation, someone gets hurt. And that's been really difficult for us. I don't know what's going on in the universe, but the last time that James and I had a proper vacation, we went on a week-long trip to Tenerife, which is huge to us. We saved up our money and we did an all-inclusive like resort. It wasn't that fancy, but it was all-inclusive. So you had like cafeteria meals and all you could drink at the poolside kind of thing, right on the beach, and it was fantastic. It did get a little bit boring. I'm gonna say that for someone, I really like to travel and I like to try different things. And the all-inclusive just was not what I expected it to be. I thought it would be a little bit more upscale, I guess. I should have known better. I would much prefer to go out to dinner every night and try new things, try different dishes. Most of the food that was in the cafeteria of the all-inclusive was like pizza, pasta, things that everybody likes. Yeah. I don't like to eat just what everybody likes. I like to challenge myself. I like to try new things. I'm very adventurous with food. And we passed a couple of restaurants while we were over there, where it was like, you'd get a deep fried fish. I love stuff like that. With the head still on. Like I do love that kind of food. Different things, and that's not something that they would have at the all-inclusive. Not even as an add-on, because the way that they cook is very cafeteria style. So, where I was going with that was that when we went to Tenerife, we found out that James's mother had a brain tumor. And the time that we went away, it was, we went to that music festival that I'm talking about. That was earlier in the same year. Rory, my brother-in-law, had a heart attack. The last time that this time that James and I were gone, his cousin was hit by a car while she was cycling. Like, it's just, we shouldn't be leaving at all. People get hurt. The people near us get hurt when we leave. So, anyway, I hope that ends, because I do enjoy going abroad and visiting new places and doing new things. And for those of you who have been asking, there have been a couple of you in Portugal. Yes, absolutely. I want to go to Portugal. I think I might even try to do like a weekend trip to Faro or something like that, just like a really quick getaway sometime. But James used up all of his holiday days, so I don't think that we are going anywhere else together this year. But I've learned the importance of getting away to clear the cobwebs and like reignite my creativity, because I was so bogged down and it was really difficult for me to unplug completely, but I really needed to do that. So thank you to those of you who have been here for a while. Thank you for giving me the space to completely unplug from YouTube and social media. I barely looked at my phone the entire time. I did intend to go live on Shay's channel. Shay invited me onto their channel, and I'm really sorry, Shay, that I wasn't able to do that. It was Mother's Day, the day that I would have been able to do it. And then in the end, we went to dinner together, and it was very much family time. You know, there was not a lot of time for me to work. And I do consider sitting down and filming work these days. Not that I don't like it or anything like that, but because of the effort that I try to put into what I'm doing, it does take effort and time and thought. So yeah, I just didn't want to, I felt weird working. I felt weird recording myself, making videos. I didn't want to spend too much time on social media. I just wanted to be present in the moment. And I did. I accomplished that. And I do feel a lot better for that. So that is all about vacation. I am enamored with these horses right now. They're so pretty. When I was young, I had a horse. His name was Doc. His first name was Ketchup, actually. But I'm going to have some tea. I'm going to pause because I know that I slurp. So, one second. Okay. Which one will I choose next? I think I'm going to go for the dark blue outline at the top first. It's really good tea. It's rose hip and apple. It's lovely. I love the fruity teas in the summer. It's only 60 degrees Fahrenheit here today. But it's quite warm in the sun. So when I'm finished here and I have edited this video together and I'm uploading it, I'm probably going to go sit out in the sun and try to get a little bit more sun before we leave, because we leave next Thursday morning at like 2 in the morning to get the ferry. And if I bring up the weather here is supposed to be really nice next week, which is unusual. Yeah, here we go. It's even warmer over there. So this is today, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it looks like, what about Monday? Monday might rain. So it'll be a lot like last year. So we're going to arrive at the music festival on Thursday afternoon. It's going to be quite chilly, actually. But then over the weekend, it's supposed to get to 21 degrees Celsius, which is 69, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's really good. And if it's sunny and beautiful, I mean, even if it's cloudy, it'll be fine. I just really don't like rain. But last time we went, it was so gorgeous, and there's so many beautiful people to meet and to talk to, and I feel like I have transformed in the last 2 years. I do not feel like the same person that I was before. And oh, I gotta tell you about this too. So I think, just finishing that thought, I think that it's gonna be a really wonderful time. I know that I will probably be more social and go to the little events that happen. Like there's a little meditation and yoga area. There's arts and crafts there as well, so that might be really fun to do. But in general, like, my health is so much better now that I feel like I can actually properly enjoy myself and not feel like I'm sitting at the back of the class, if that makes sense. So one thing that happened last week is that last Friday I went to my trainer, who is amazing and has helped me to lose like 30 pounds in 6 months, which is wonderful. But also, it has been 3 weeks since I properly did one of my workouts. I did keep up the walking as much as possible, but the strength training and the weight training, that all kind of got pushed to the side for a little while because I wanted to focus on just enjoying myself. I did not want to be in a position where I was not able to unwind. I wanted to completely unwind and not think about anything except having a great time, which is what holidays are supposed to be for. It was not a working holiday. And yeah, so coming back to the gym was super painful. I feel like my quads, those muscles on the front of your thighs, by your knees and everything else, all of them are in such pain. It's crippling. But I totally forgot until this morning that we brought back, excuse me, I have the hiccups now. We brought back a tube of Icy Hot. I now smell like Pepto-Bismol. Why does it smell like Pepto? I don't remember Pepto-Bismol tasting minty, but apparently the active ingredients are menthol based. Why I smell like a bottle of Pepto-Bismol right now, and it is not nice, but the effect is wonderful. I do feel a lot better now that I have it on. I just wish that I didn't smell like this. But yeah, the pain has been crippling. I have walked up and down the driveway, and that's about it. I cannot move very much at all, and getting up and down off the couch is so painful. So I am trying to remember to drink all of the water. So this is your reminder too, that you definitely need to hydrate. You need to drink more water than you think you do. So make sure that you get up and get some water if you don't already have it. And if you have it, I dare you to drink some right now. It's so important, and it's so easy to forget to drink water. Like, so easy to forget. I am looking for that symbol. So I have this Elizabeth Ward tray, but I really actually need 1.5 trays for this painting. There are so many colors. How many were in this one? Can I read it from here? 59. 59 colors in this one, which is not a lot compared to some of the other kits that I've seen lately. So, but yeah. Oh. And then in June, hopefully June for the channel going forward, in June there is there are going to be more sneak peeks from Diamond Art Club, and that I can share with you all. But I'm kind of still on my break until I get back from this festival. I am still in vacation mode, so my videos are just, I feel like I can't really get started right now with everything I want to do because I'm in summer mode. I'm in vacation mode. But in June, I do know that there will be more videos, definitely some more Diamond Art Club videos. And then I do intend on starting the another diamond painting, Dragon Seasons by Emma Casey at Enabler's Outpost. That is going to be so much fun. I have been itching to start that one, but when I opened this up, I just knew I had to kit it up right away. It took my breath away, and it's so beautiful. There are a couple friends of mine that are working on this at the same time as well, so it's just nice to see it being completed. Please. I'm just getting all of Luna's fur for some reason. Where did that come from? Did it touch my sleeve or something? Do I need to go back and look and see what happened just there? All of the fur just attached itself. But yeah, anyway, that is what's going on in the Ray household. And just to update you all on the house and all that stuff. So for those of you curious, we have moved fully into the new house. But we are going to be doing renovations. Before we start the true renovations that will require us to basically move out, we are going to do as much as we can to it this summer. And one of the things that we're doing is we're going to put in, let me just give thanks where it's due. Thanks to all of the wonderful people that we complained to during our vacation. We were moaning, and a lot of it was me moaning. Let's be real, and worrying about this happening before it's even started. Typical. We were able to basically crowdsource some advice and information. And if you have friends like that in your life, hold on to those people. Thankfully, since we were able to talk to so many people about our plans and what we've done, many people had advice for us. A lot of the advice was do what you can on the weekends or in your spare time. Don't try to do it all in a week kind of thing. Like, just be like, okay, today is Saturday and I'm going to do one thing. So one of the first things we're going to do is add insulation to the attic. And because it's very easy to do, we don't actually have to move much to get that done. We can fix the windows as well while we're at it. There's a couple windows that have come off the hinges, so they just need the hinges replaced. And we've already purchased them, so we just need the time to do that. And then, what else was it that we were going to do? Oh my goodness. Saturday, I have to interject here because Saturday I woke up late and made myself something to eat. Or no, I hadn't even made anything to eat yet. I was cleaning up the kitchen and trying to have my cup of coffee. And then I put on the dishwasher for a load of dishes from the night before. And I went out to do something or go to the bathroom or whatever it was. And when I came back, my shoes were just like slap, 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 slap on the floor. And the dishwasher was flooding. It was actually just pouring water out of it. Never happened before. I don't know what happened while we were gone, but the dishwasher flooded all over the kitchen. I had to turn it off, run, go get towels, all the bath towels, all the beach towels that we had that I could find, and like throw them down in a barrier on the floor so that it wouldn't escape and get into the rest of the house. And then I was like, what am I gonna do? I mean, I know I can do dishes by hand, but like, who do I contact? What do I do? Turns out dishwasher is like 10 years old. So well out of warranty and everything. This is the dishwasher that came with the house, not the countertop one that I had in my old place. I told James, and he didn't even fight me. He was like, we better get a new one. And I was like, what? I was expecting a fight. I was expecting like me to be the one that's like, yeah, let's get a new dishwasher. And him be like, no, let's fix it, you know? But no, he came out and was like, no, we need a new dishwasher. This one's old. It's time. And I said, well, I can go down to our local shop. They have like an appliance store just down the road. I'll go down there and check it out and see what they have and all that. I love living in small towns because when you shop local, one, you know the person that's selling you the product. So if anything happens, you can go back to them. But also, like, I went in, it was maybe noon when I went in there, and maybe just before 1 o'clock. The store closed at 3. He showed me there were like 6 dishwashers, and I was like, that one, the one in the middle. It's the same color and everything as the old one. Like it's much more efficient with water and everything. But he was able to deliver and install it the same day for free. Like, I bought the dishwasher and I was expecting that I would have to pay a delivery fee or an install fee or something like that. And no, it just came with the appliance. So wonderful. Shop local, if you can, small businesses and all that. Maybe it's different here, but I definitely had an amazing experience. And it wasn't too expensive. I mean, it was in the mid-range, still within what we could afford, but also being better, much better than the last one. And I am just so happy that happened. I'm not happy that the dishwasher leaked everywhere and that it took me all day to like basically clean up and disconnect the old one. Oh my gosh, you should have seen it. I went on YouTube and like looked up how to disconnect a washing machine and all this, and found some cute YouTube channels of like, DIY. I think the channel name is DIY Power Couple, and found the video very helpful. It was super easy to disconnect. Unfortunately, the water intake valve, what would you call it? You know how you can turn the water off and on at the valve? That wasn't working so well. The water kept leaking, so I had to put the hose into the sink while I waited, and it was like such a waste of water, but what are you gonna do, I did not want it to keep leaking all over my kitchen. So yeah, that is all done. And where was I going with that story? The reno and replacing things. So we have to wait to do the biggest project until September at the very earliest. We have some friends visiting that we met them in Toronto, and they've decided to make a trip to Ireland in the fall, late summer, fall. And they're going to come here and stay with us for a couple days. And we will need the floors if they're coming to visit. So we will not be able to start until the second week of September on the floors. So the floors are being ripped up, the radiators ripped out, all the piping taken out. The heat pump will be replaced, the radiators will be replaced with new plumbing, and then they'll pour concrete over the pipes again. These are going to be new and improved pipes. The old pipes are copper pipes, and they have clearly been leaking for years. And then we have to replace the floor on top of that. And provided that there aren't any other bigger issues, which I'm really crossing my fingers that there aren't any, but I do think that there's some wall damage going on that'll have to be fixed as well. That's the biggest thing. We need the heating for the winter. I know that we could live another winter without heating, but I really don't want to. It really causes health issues, and just the damage to property and stuff too that goes in with that. So the sooner the better. But once that starts, we will have to move down into the flat downstairs. So hopefully hopefully we will be done before Christmas and I can still run the event that I'd like to do with Wolfpack this winter, but we shall see. I will keep you updated on all of that. I know there's a lot of interest in events, so just keep your eyes peeled. I will let you know. And yeah, I have renewed vigor in trying to make a diamond painting retreat work here. So I'm going to keep looking into that and seeing if I can get things going. So if you're interested, yeah, definitely make sure that you're subscribed. And I will let you know as soon as I know something. But it definitely won't be this year. I know it's too late notice to have something prepared for the end of the year or even for the end of the summer or anything like that as far as an in-person retreat goes. And it would probably be quite small as well. So I will be notifying my Patreon members first and then making the public announcement as soon as I can. But I've been wanting to do this since 2019, and I definitely want to make it a reality. But I guess aside from that, that's pretty much everything that I have to catch you up on. I've just been reading a ton. I watched the first episode of the new Bridgerton series today, and I would like to make sure that I keep up with that. But at the same time, I know that they've split the season into with a month in between the first half and the second half, so it's not really like something I need to watch right now, but I keep seeing clips on it on like Instagram and stuff, so I figure I don't want to get spoiled, but I know that they're going to leave all the good stuff for the second half of the season, right? But yeah, I don't think there's anything else that I've been watching or doing other than reading and trying to get back into the swing of things, airing out my tent. The tent is all ready, and I've got to go pack as well since we leave Thursday morning. But yeah, it's so good to sit down and diamond paint and hang out with you all. I hope that you're doing well. Let me know what it is that you're working on down in the comments. And I do appreciate each and every one of you. I hope that you have a wonderful week and that you can get a lot of progress in. And I will see you all next time with another video. So take care, everyone.